Okay, welcome back to Math with Kim, and we are going to be talking about finding the circumference of a circle. So what you need to remember is circumference of a circle is the same as if we said the perimeter of a rectangle, okay? So circumference is the perimeter. It's just that it's the perimeter of a circle. So we got a nice special name for it. So the first thing we really want to pay attention to is a couple of our rules. So when we have the line that passes through the center of the circle and touches at each endpoint on the circle is called the diameter. So in other words, the diameter is the line that cuts the circle in half through the center. Now the radius is half of that diameter. So it's only from the center to an edge on the circle. So that's what we refer to as our radius. So that's the distance from the center of a circle to any point on the circle. So it's half of the diameter. All right, so that's important because you know some problems are going to give it to you in a diameter and some you're going to be given as a radius. And here's an example at the bottom. So you can see this example is you've been given the radius, and in this one you've been given the diameter. Now it's very easy to change a radius into a diameter because you just double it, right? So if this is 10, then the diameter would be 10 more. So it would be 20. Whereas in this circle, you were given the diameter, which cuts it in half, goes from edge to edge. And if we wanted to know the radius, we'd have to do what? Cut it in half, right? So half of 32 would be 16. So the diameter of this circle is 32, but the radius is only 16. So hopefully that makes sense. Also, we get approximations for pi. Now, I'm sure most of you have seen that pi is approximately 3.14. But some of you may have also seen it written as a fraction, 22/7. This one is used less often than the 3.14, okay? Also, let's kind of backtrack and talk about the formula that we can use. So circumference, again, remember, is the perimeter of the circle. Now, the formula for circumference, notice we have two. Why do we have two? Well, because if they give you a circle with a diameter, we can just plug in that diameter next to pi, or times pi, okay? But if they give you a circle that is only given a radius, then remember we've got to double that radius to make it the diameter. So that's the same formula. It's just if you're given the diameter, you use this one. If you're given the radius, you use this one. Or of course, we just change our radius to a diameter and it's really that formula. So don't let it throw you off, okay? It's not it's not rocket science. They are literally just giving you the two options. And they're saying it doesn't matter if you're given only the diameter or only the radius, you can find the circumference easily using this formula. All right. Okay. So now let's actually do it. So I am going to show you an exact answer and then an approximation. So if we go ahead and we follow our formula, we've got radius here. So what are they telling us to do? They're telling us to double it. So what I always recommend, of course, is to first write your formula down. Okay, then I always recommend doing the problem by substituting. So we're going to go ahead and rewrite our 2, rewrite our pi, but for the radius, we're going to substitute what they gave us, 10. And I'm just going to write the inches on the outside, okay? So now, if we're going to do our exact answer, all we got to do is multiply 2 times 10, and we get our 20. Keep the pi, keep the inches. And that is our exact answer. Now, what if they are asking you for approximate and they tell you to substitute in 3.14 for pi? Well, then again, that's another substitution. So now we're just going to go and rewrite our 20. Now, instead of pi, we're going to substitute 3.14 inches, okay? And then, again, if you have your calculator, you can use it. If you don't, of course, then I'm going to just do some quick math. If we were multiplying by 10, our decimal would move over and we'd get 31.4. And then if we doubled that for 20, we would get 31.4 doubled is 62.8. Keep your measurement of inches. Now that would be your approximate answer. So this would be your exact, and this would be your approximate answers, okay? And you are often asked for both in a problem. And that's when we're given the radius. So now what if we're given the diameter already? Well, then of course we can just rewrite our formula. And again, let's double check. Diameter times pi, that's the formula we'll use for this one. So I'm going to rewrite my formula. Diameter times pi. And what am I going to do? I'm going to substitute in for my diameter. I'm going to keep my measurement at the end, meters. So 32 goes in for my diameter. And now I'm just going to rewrite it, 32 pi meters. And then that is our exact answer. But if we want our approximate, we're going to take our 32 and multiply it by 3.14 and keep our meters. Okay? Now that you can just enter in your calculator. All right. And that is circumference of a circle using diameter or radius in your formula.